Yo, Blue Fleet, how you doing? Welcome to Ace Attorney 3-5. Yeah, we are just about... Hey, Hades, how you doing? We're just about to go into the trial on this case. First day of trial, as it happens. So yeah, we should probably get stuck straight in. There seems to be quite a few people in the audience right now. Hi. Pretty flattering to see that many people straight away. You've come for my spices, Hux. Excellent. I'm British derogatory. Oh, God. Yeah, the Randonites are grilling me.
Nip has wares if you have time.
You've been waiting for this, Cyber. Excellent, me too. Ugh. We crunch everything back into place. We press the button. We get in there. I deserve it. Yeah, I do, don't I? I do. Someone's just told me that my little guy card is useless in this situation. Come on, I'm just a little guy.
Oh my, Mr. Larice feels that way about me.
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'll be accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not, and in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
No. I believe that nun will be the first to take the stand.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. Give me 1 second. There we go. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donen, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
You motherfucker, I thought you meant actual lawyer work. This is actual lawyer work. I'm defending my client. Come on, I'm just a little guy, Narek. I'm just a little guy. Look at me. I'm all the way down here. Look, hold on. I'll prove to you that I'm just a little guy. See, look how small I am. You see? Whee! Whoop, I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. Woo! Alright, let's get zoomed back in. Hold on. You probably saw more of me then than like you ever will get a chance to in the future. Look! I got fate, I do. Okay. I'll behave. Microscopic fella, that's me. You know it. Okay, there we go, I'm positioned again. Very well, then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You are a prosecutor, aren't you?
I do have a full body avatar. Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I actually do have a full body. So, that's what you've learned about me today. Yeah, I'm not just a torso. I'm not just a torso just mounted on a wall somewhere. Like in a cannibal's basement, just waiting to be cooked.
Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed...
Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements.
I see.
Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself. Whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
You're going to eat my legs soon, Hux. Uh-oh. I'm a lawyer with the biggest crime record on the British Isles. What the fuck? I'm just a little guy. Come on, Jacko. What are you talking about? Get over. Okay. Right. Where's honey glazed chicken legs now? Oh no! It's the Canadian judge again. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready, However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time, An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case, It would seem this case is already over before it's the chance to begin, you hoser. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Now, something kind of interesting, chap. Something kind of interesting, and I'm just going to go off on a bit of a tangent here. If you don't show up to a court hearing to present your side of the case, a judge will quite frequently just award favour to your opponent, and then they win. Right? That happens all the time in the area I work in. If it happens, you fucked up, so don't let it happen. But yeah, that is something you know now. Certainly in UK law. I don't know how it works for other countries, but yeah, I mean, definitely for us it works like that, right?
Objection!
Uh-oh. It's her! Oh, it's Francisca. The prosecution stands ready. And you are Francisca von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say, eh? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma, eh? Legends sing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things, eh? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't, but I'm sure. Once before in this court... Ah! I told you, there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom, eh? Bailiff, remove that whip and...
Hold it!
I have no objection to the whip. I'm sure you don't, Edgy. Did I miss her? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee, but there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Mars Edgeworth. He's real for that. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Mars Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add to things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court, eh? The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well. Miss von Karma, please give an outline of the case, eh? With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture? Is the weapon in question correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene, eh? Okay. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. Oh, she's so tiny. Why are short people so funny? Oh no. Oh no. She's like a pocket-sized nun. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little me? Well, I'm the head man of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it, Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now, eh? Whoa! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lecher in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave?
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in the summer. Whoa! In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? A boot. Amazing. Okay. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath in the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. Why does she remind you of Peter Griffin? It's probably the fact she's got, like, a testicle chin. So it's simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple, eh? Yeah, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed in the inner temple. That... Ow! Thanks, Hades. That sounds like a pretty important statement you just made. It's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Mars Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination, eh? Okay. Right. To those who are new to my Ace Attorney streams, this is the point where we save scum like a bastard. Save scum Kose, reporting in. What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam. In order to do that, a place strong and spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes have spent the time now that are going to go intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It's all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a non-supervising. Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? I mean, at least it's not a hemorrhoids acting up violently. We can at least take some comfort with that. Violently? That's right. It's no... Ow! It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Goddamn Grossberg, I know. Just being alive is like strict training. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again? That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
Hold it!
Okay. You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. Yeah, it was just past 10 PM, so we were starting to end the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your plan to remain with the disciple, eh? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so they can't pass away. They don't pass away. Oh. Okay. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the Inner Temple, correct? Yeah. She's a gentle, honest... Ow! Girl. Hi, Ara. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
Hold it!
So you returned to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath. My back is to blame for everything. It's a do-or-be-done-in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? Ah! Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck to the defence's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so... It might be irrelevant. One question that remains important is who is the acolyte? So the acolyte is Maya, of course. Now he understands Wright's pain. Oh boy. He understands that Phoenix Wright is just a little guy. Like me. See, no one can prove that I'm not just a little guy. Because I'm just a little guy. Alright, you understand? You understand? With the, you know, with the understanding with the cheese pan? You know, understandable? Ear of pizza? Okay. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from Marin to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. Salmon mozza pizza? Interesting. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime take place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true, eh? There's indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Okay. So, let's have a look at the court record, shall we? We're back with Judge Hunter. Yes, we are. Oh, that hose is back in business, yeah. So, rang lights out bell at 10 PM and was in her room until the murder was discovered. So if Iris has left if you've left Iris to help the Acolyte and return to Hazakura Temple, Iris's testimony seems to contradict that, right? And let's have a quick look at this. Let's have a look at this photo. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, she's in front of the Tarantino statue. She's been stabbed. The statue is still holding the sword somehow. The thing is, when did Bikini leave? Body fell 10 foot after death. The thing is, when did Bikini leave? I don't think she said. I don't think she said. Yeah, she hasn't said. You're mostly cooking here. I might be going, I might just be, like, raw dogging this meat, if I'm honest. I think that I left Iris to help the Acolyte return to Hazakura Temple, but Iris says she rang the lights out bell at 10 and then stayed in her room till the murder was discovered. So how can Iris have shown that? I'm gonna what? What? Hi, Hux. Cannibalism mentioned? No, not me. Not me. I'm a wholesome say-so streamer. I'm a wholesome say-so lawyer. Alright? Raw dog, he said. I'm gonna try Iris's test. Ow! Like, Iris's testimony seems to be... I left Iris to help the Acolyte returned to the temple. But if Iris was with the Acolyte, how could she have rung the lights out bell? Because the lights out bell, like, hold on a minute. Stinky? I'm not stinky. Hazakura Temple map. See, the lights out bell is like here. So if she's in the inner temple, how could she have rung the lights out bell? She can't have done. So, let's try it. Let's see if it works. I'm not confident in this one. Like, I'm not certain that this is what the game wants me to do, but we'll try it.
Objection!
Occam's razor. Okay. Apparently Occam's razor did apply, so the simplest answer turned out to be the correct one. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well. Don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. No complaint, this isn't 3-2 cocaine logic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that at all. Zvari, I see the glow. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that. As a defendant or a witness, who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply trying to cover her back.
Objection!
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes, eh? Ooh, all people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here, eh? Because you enjoy it, Judge Karonsa. Don't tell him that, Ara. Don't tell Judge Karonsa that I've said that he enjoys being whipped. I don't want to get kicked off the mob team for that one. Anyway, neither the witness or the defendant have any reason to lie, eh? Which means we must call your memory into question, eh? Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? With all the things I think getting kicked for that would be hilarious. Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. It would be pretty... Well, that isn't exactly what I... My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Oops, sorry, I'm just taking one of my jackets off. There we go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence, eh? Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Sorry, 1 second. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Hold on, I'm gonna ping him. Give me a second, chat. I'm mugging off a Canadian. I'm just gonna mug off a Canadian. All right. And let us return to the cross-examination. Oh wait, we've already done this. You really wrote a boot, yeah. So we've. Okay. I've mugged off a Canadian. Ah, there we go. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. So she's dressed exactly... saying Iris is dressed exactly as she had been during dinner. Ah, she can't have been. She can't have been because we've got the hood. Phoenix received her hood, didn't he? Phoenix had the hood, so she can't have been dressed exactly as before because she didn't have the hood. Hold on. Let's try that. It feels like the obvious answer, but I'm kind of like led to doubt obvious answers now. And it is the obvious answer, right? Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness has seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. Oh my god, look at the amount of boxes! It's so weird seeing Edgy on this side, I know. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Hi, Hart. I didn't see what the judge said then. Order in the court. Witness your response. Ooh, sister. This hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see, a stockpile. A surplus of hoods, Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then it is quite strange. Oh, if there was a surplus of hoods, she could have won one of those. What happened with the crates? Sister Bikini had to stand on them because she's really, really short, like comically short. Like she's so short that I don't know. I mean, you know, she looks like she's probably about 5'11", which is really, really fucking tiny. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? Hold on a minute. While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision, I'm not sure. I'm comfortable going along with this. 1 meter 80 is really, really tiny. Yes. I'm 190. I'm 1 meter 90. Anyone who is below 1 meter 85, basically, like, they may as well be 3 foot tall to me. Just really, really short. Absolutely just small. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Oh, I'm sorry, Hugs. Look, Hugs, come on, I'm just a little guy. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. You're eating my insulation. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. You have a friend that's 2 meters 10. I bet they're Dutch. Okay. I finished my bath around 11 and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise. With that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was standing in the corner which faced out into the courtyard. The stabbing also must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Okay. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you, If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair, Or, well, something like that. This judge, his imagination is about as vivid as creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Mars Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours? One question I'd ask here would be, was the iris you saw hooded? But we can't do that in this game. That's true. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay.
Hold it!
How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from the Zakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the walkway toward the main hall.
Hold it!
You say you heard a noise. Thump, just like that. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump, just like that. But then, couldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground, I never thought of that. The next one to laugh gets a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over the courtyard and,
Hold it!
This is the second time that the witnesses testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw, as clearly as you can. Well, You're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it. There was something awful strange about her. Something's been bugging me all this time. Please, don't keep us in suspense. Her hood? Her hood? That's right. It's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing a hood.
Uh-oh.
I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Huh. You've dug your own grave, Mars Edgeworth. What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? I think it is. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any leads at the moment. Your Honour, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony. Mars Edgeworth. If you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. No problem.
Hold it!
You are sure about that? Yeah, after all, we always wear the same clothes. Ah, I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yeah, that's it. There's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip. At least then it might bite you and not someone else. Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it. Very well. Now, please tell us who booped the victim, eh?
Hold on, I've got to get a screenshot of that one as well. I've got to mug off this Canadian again. There we go. Excuse me.
Hold it!
The room that the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct? Which means the victim's room was on the second floor? No. Hazakura Temple is a single-story building. Wait, what the hell? Whoa, what the fuck just happened there? You guys still here? You still with me? Guys? What? Hold on. Something's just gone really weird with OBS. Can you still see like what's going on with my mouse? Because I can't see the stream window on OBS at all. What the fuck just happened? It was like my monitor just tripped out. What? The stream didn't die? Yeah, I don't have anything on OBS at all. Hold on, give me a second. Right, I'm just gonna try something a minute. Hold on. It's gone now, hasn't it? Oh, fuck, what the hell? Wait, what? What's that? Hold on, give me a sec, chat. Hold on. What the hell? What's happened? Why is my... I don't understand. Like, my OBS is, like, almost completely crashed out. And I don't get what's happened to it. Hold on, stream information? Yeah, the scuff is, like, actually real. The thing is, I can't see what's going on. Hold on, let's... Nope, that's not it. I've got, like, my OBS is just completely crashed. I can't see what's going on. That's actually kind of bad. Alright. Let's try that. I might just have to fly blind on this one tonight, chat. You guys can see... Oh god, yeah, I can't even move that. I can't even move that. It worked. Time to reboot OBS. Can I do that whilst I'm live? We might have to. We might have to just, like, we might have to reset the stream chat. Oh boy. I can't... how the fuck has OBS crashed like this? I've never seen this happen before. Hold on. View... Can I... Classic computer stuff fixing. Have I tried rebooting? Hold on. Right, we're going to have to come back and be live again in a second, chat. So bear with me. I will be back in just a moment. All right? Are we back? Are we back? Hold on. Are we back? Is it working? Is it working? Hell. I don't know what happened. My OBS just completely crashed on me. I couldn't see anything that was going on, but like I could see it on my stream monitor, but I couldn't see it on my actual stream. Hi Cyberhira, thank you for sticking around and bearing with me. Sorry about this. Give me just like 1 minute, alright? I'm just making sure the stream monitor are back online. I think YouTube should be back up as well, but yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened there. It's just, OBS actually crashed whilst I was midway through being live. I've never had that happen before. It's been really unstable recently, and it's actually getting to be kind of a problem. Alright. Let's just pick up where we left off, and I'll stitch the YouTube VOD together at some point, alright? Okay. But the mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate to the side of the temple and the guest room in the back. It's about the height of a 2-story building. I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct, eh? Yeah. I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room, after all. No wonder your back was bollocks.
Hold it!
What makes you sure of all of this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that. Your one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height. It appears the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. There's only 2 of them working there. What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? It doesn't feel like she's lying. This is very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the incident in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client's iris and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Okay. So, let me just have a quick squiz of my water, right? There we go. Oh, God. Okay. So she's finished her bath at around 11. Time of death, 10 through 11. Okay, body fell 10 foot after death. Squiz, yeah. Have a look. Have a look at my water. Actually, no, that's a bit, isn't it? Okay. How tall is 10 foot? So I'm 6'3" and I'm 190. 6'6" is 2 meters. So 9'9" is 3 meters. So yeah, a little bit over. It's probably about like 3, somewhere between 3 and 330, I think. Okay. So she's finished her bath at 11. Thinks she should return to the temple. As she's walking back, she hears a noise from the courtyard. She looks over and sees Iris and Elise. Iris didn't have a hood on. Okay, nothing there. You're eating the bossa no ossa for me. Okay. That's just Elise. Okay. There was lightning 10 through 11. So why was she walking back? Hang on, lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. The bridge was on fire. How could she have tried to walk back? The bridge was on fire. Is that relevant? I feel like that should be relevant.
I feel like that should be relevant, chat. What do you think? Yeah, what happened was, like, my monitor actually turned off. Maybe with keeping it in a corner of my mind. Yeah, probably. So when my monitor turned off, like, it kind of powered... It's like the monitor lost power for a minute. And then when it came back, all of my, like, stream stuff was just fucked. Just, for some reason, just gone. I don't know why. Kind of wonder, actually, is it worth me dragging this over here? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put OBS there, and I'll put the game over here. That actually kind of works a little bit better. The only downside is, like, I'm just playing with my OBS windows a sec, chat. Alright, just give me, like, 1 moment, yeah. So if I pull this over here, I pull chat. No, not there. Pull chat there. And pull YouTube chats. YouTube chat's going to have to be kind of, like, pushed aside for the time being. I'm very sorry, YouTube guys, but yeah, for the sake of the stream, I need to just kind of squirrel you guys over this side. But Twitch chat is, like, here now. Okay. This hopefully will work, and hopefully this will protect us against any more problems. Alright. Alright. Right, okay, there we go. I thought... So, she probably doesn't know that the bridge is on fire at this point. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Right. Okay. The stabbing must have occurred after she was pushed out the window. No, there's nothing in there except the picture. The stabbing, the body fell 10 foot after she died. So the stabbing she saw must have occurred after she was pushed out the window, but the body fell after she was killed. It's the autopsy report. Of course, we're playing as Edgeworth. Of course, it's the autopsy report. How could I be so blind? How could I be so blind? Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. Objection! Wait, what? Hold on. Has TITS broken? Hold on. Give me a second, chat. Where's my TITS? I think TITS crashed. Hold on. Let me reboot that. That's odd. I think TITS has actually crashed out. It won't close either. I can't close it down. Oh, shit. That might have been what went wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but tits is down. That's very unfortunate. Just give me another second, alright? Hold on, I'm going to have to do Task Manager for this. What the fuck is going on with my setup tonight? Alright, hold on. Pull this over here. Twitch Integrated Throne System. End task. Okay, let's try and reboot that, shall we? This is just going to take a second. I'm really sorry about all this stuff. I don't know what the fuck's going on in my system tonight. It's an absolute pain in the dick. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take a look at another look... Would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy reports? The autopsy report? Maybe the recent storms hacked up my devices. I shouldn't have done. There was no lightning. Right, connections, VTube Studio... Oh my god, yeah, look! TITS is all the way over here in the middle of the screen. That's not right at all. Hold on. Right, give me a second, chat. What the fuck is this? Yeah, TITS is completely fucked up. Oh my god, what the hell? I'm just gonna have to turn it off today, chat. I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to deal without TITS. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happened to it. It's just not working. And I don't know why. I can't explain what's gone wrong with it. Okay. The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right, eh? It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Oh, I see. Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is a logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. It might not mean that Bikini is wrong. What cruel irony, the ejection routine can't be used during the one chance to do it during the autopsy report. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on with my setup today. It's just, stuff has just stopped working. I think that there's a couple of streamers that I follow on Twitter who've had problems with TITS recently. So it could be like a widespread problem with the actual system. Maybe it needs an update. I don't know. And then she was thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Objection!
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Downham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ooh, no traces of blood were found in the victim's room. The acronym is TITS, yeah, it's... Hang on, let me just type it out for you. So it is Twitch Integrated Throwing System. That's what it's called. That's actually what it's called. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your play... Ooh. I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure your honor is well aware, when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. You look away for a second and everything dies. I don't know what happened. I genuinely, like, one of my monitors the monitor itself just, almost like it disconnected from the computer. Is this? No, this plugs directly into the computer, so I don't know what the hell happened. But anyway, that's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Does it though? Order! 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 I must admit this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. Huh. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please, eh? Witness, please, remain standing on the grate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh boy. Alright, alright. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Khalees. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mr. Kami was stabbing Mr. Khalees through the back. Okay. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. You wonder if Iris didn't try to remove the sword. Maybe. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Maz Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Okay. Save that. I think I saved it. Yeah, I saved it in that one, didn't I? Oh, wait, did it? Did I? Yeah, I did.
Hold it!
At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course, so I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her. Oh, we've already read that.
Hold it!
Think carefully, this is very important. It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in the Mystic Lisa's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her rooms and dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. How did Iris jump 3 feet after release? True. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Yeah, press further. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed, but now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony, eh? Oh, was that important? Jedi powers. More important than you can imagine. Blade plunged into the hilt. It can't have been plunged into the hilt. That's a fucking contradiction straight away. Let me tell you why, chat. Look. If it was plunged into the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip? I'm going to play the sword here.
Objection!
Yeah. Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? You cannot see the Shishishisa coming straight out the wound. Exactly. In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt in the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Objection!
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. Please do. The objection stands, eh? My weapons on the back there, I must admit.
Objection!
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
Objection!
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishishito. Excuse me 1 second, chat. Okay. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
Objection!
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there any blood on the tip of it? Ah! If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Oh! Everyone's getting whipped now. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean, eh? The sword isn't the murder weapon Iris was framed. I think that's what it's looking like, isn't it? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but Having come this far, there can only be one answer. There's a logical explanation. The police held the sword tip pointed to the floor for a long period of time. I don't know, because didn't we have a picture? We've got a picture of the murder scene, haven't we? Look. This is the murder scene before they took the sword out. It's only embedded up to the tip. It's not embedded up to the hilt. Also, it's kind of weird there's no, like, injury around here. I guess that's probably a bit too close to the butt, but, you know. And that is, the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shishishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy and foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mr. Kami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is only the basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shishishito was the murder weapon. Order! Order! Ooh! So maybe the Shishishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true, eh? Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we should probably save there. It looks like it's leading us into a moment. If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile? A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, can I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible. Which is maybe what actually happened was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Okay. Give me just a second, chat. Oh. It's been a very long day, so I'm just gonna have a swig of my water. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I've been really tired lately. It's probably because I've just gone on some new medication for like anxiety and whatnot, and I'm still acclimatizing to it. It slows my heart rate down. It's basically it's to stop the adrenaline from making me go haywire. Okay. I saw the murder around 11 p.m. and after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Okay. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. Well, I'm not back at my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Okay. A snowmobile, I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory, eh? The tracks begin in front of a Sakura temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Okay. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please, eh? Okay. The factor here would be time. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm in agreement there. I'm in agreement there, actually.
Hold it!
You are sure about the time? Yeah, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water all the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath on that now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? At least in your opinion, 10 minutes back forth plus setting up the scene with Army. It seems that way, doesn't it? It seems that way.
Right. The one who trampled me.
It seems she is the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him.
He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone... Oh, excuse me. God, these medications are kicking my ass tonight, chap. I'm really sorry. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in my hand too. Anyway, I was real scared. It was taking him a while to get back, so I thought I'd go by the main gate for a spell. Okay. Once you remove all 5 litres of blood, it should be lighter. That's true.
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yeah, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. I'm not sure if this is all really relevant. What should I do? Press further. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at that time?
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Mars Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, it means it was recently used.
Oh, see, I never thought of that.
That's right. I overlooked that too.
You're Canadian, how can you have?
Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yeah, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it, curses. It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I think that's why the question was asked in the first place, eh?
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch.
Crunch.
I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold it!
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Mars Edgeworth?
Hold it!
While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be, eh?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma?
turning to me for help offers the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Mars Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed accounts.
Excuse me, chat. I'm really struggling tonight, actually. It's probably not going to be a very long stream tonight. All right, so I think we'll probably try and get through like day 1 of the trial. But like honestly, I'm suffering here. These meds are actually doing me in. I never thought I'd see the day. At least I know they're working though, right? All right. Let's save there. Don't overexert myself. I'll do my best, Hades. I'll do my best not to. I promise I won't be silly about things. So she saw the murder at about 11. Okay. It was snowing 7 to 10:50. There was lightning 10 through 11. Okay. She goes out to the main gate. She sees tracks, but if it's snowing, how can she see tracks? Can we look at the tracks? Yeah, let's have a look at the tracks. There's footprints as well. There's footprints as well. So the snowmobile's been used, but then the snowmobile is indeed clear, yeah. But the other thing is, why might be Bikini's footprints? It could be. It could be. That's a fair point, actually, yeah. Takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using a snowmobile. Maybe they threw the weapon into the river. Iris could have done that. Iris can drive a snowmobile. Okay. Let's have a look at our... Okay. Could be Bikini's footprints. I think the weather report seems to contradict though, because if it's snowing and there's lightning strikes, I'm not confident on this one, chap. I'm not confident on this one. Okay. The snow had just stopped at that point, yeah. But the thing is, if the snow has just stopped at that point, surely the snow would have filled in the tracks a bit. Like, if the snowmobile has come in before the snow stopped, there wouldn't be snowmobile tracks. Right. I'm going to try it. I'm not confident with this, but I'm going to try it. It's not that. Okay. I mean, it is actually a contradiction, but it's not the one the game wants me to pull here. Hey, oh Andy, I'm sorry it's offline. We had a big system crash about half an hour ago, and I had to turn tits off because something's broken with it. So no redeems tonight, I'm afraid, my friend. You'll have to come. You have to drive by and egg my house. You're just gonna have to egg my house instead, mate. I'm sorry. Okay. Tempting. Don't egg my house, bro. Don't do that. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. But we've got the murder weapon here. Should we try that? No, it's not that. Okay. I'm not sure what the game's angling towards here.
Any ideas, chat? It's not the murder weapon. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, she's saying... I mean, it might not be the murder weapon, no. The tracks indicate the snowmobile's been used, but it's snowing, so the tracks should be filled in. Let's have a look at the map. The classic music hasn't stopped must be the wrong answer. I mean, that's always the case at this point, Tailfin. Let's be fair, that's always been the case at this stage. So, I don't think that's going to change. Maybe it's during the statement with the time. She's making direct claims in that one. Shoulder murder around 11. Time of death between 10 and 11. I mean, I guess it could be. But I'm not sure what the piece of evidence it's leaning me towards would be. Come on, Shinsu, think. Think. The time it takes to use the snowmobile. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe the autopsy report again. Maybe it's the autopsy report. Try it. Not sure I'd find this one on my own. It's not the autopsy report. Yeah, I don't understand what we're meant to be leaning towards here, chat. So, any ideas? Takes 15 minutes to walk to the bridge. Less than 5 using the snowmobile. It's rather unintuitive. Oh, great. Let's go over the evidence again. So, she's got a cane. I wasn't wrong about needing the weather data, but it's kind of trackless. What? Trackless? I've already tried that. It didn't work. I've already tried going with trackless because of the snow coming down. It didn't work. So, it's not that. Unless by trackless you mean it's like a later thing, and we're just not ready for it yet. So the bridge is... Oh, the bridge is on fire. The bridge is on fire at this point. They should have been able to see it, but... It's in a bit. Okay. So what am I doing here, then? You can tell me. I think you're going to have to, because I've got no idea what the game's trying to lead me towards. And you've said it's unintuitive, so I imagine it's going to be horse shit. Because normally when this game gets unintuitive, it's something that you would not think of, and it's just there to be obtuse. Track's photo on the statement about the river. Why would it be that? Why would it be that? I'll try it, but I'm really confused as to how it can be that. They came back while I was knocked out? What?
Objection!
What? See, this is the sort of thing that actually makes cases lose standing for me. When it just goes for complete butterfuck, what the hell? You know, this doesn't make sense. But alright, we'll roll with it because the game's apparently said this is correct. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Maz Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks on the snow. Well, no, because it was snowing. It was snowing, so if it's been snowing, you go out, the first set of tracks gets covered. What? Oh, no. Oh, dear. Our, snow stopped before 11. Yeah, but the murder was between 10 and 11, so if she's gone out and she's seen that... I'm sorry, this doesn't make sense. This is actually silly, but alright. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. Well, you're not, but alright, whatever. Huh. You are forgetting von Singmar's Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Mouse Edgeworth? Bikini's claim the murder happened at 11 and the weapon disposed of after. Is there a flaw in her theory? Well, we'll try that. This idea that the snowfall covered 1 set of tracks. Alright. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain? Visor is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. At least it's not a farce in a general direction. I thought in this case it's general direction now. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary. A. Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. I guess it's the weather report it wants me to play here.
Take that!
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report. Snow started to fall at 7, but it stopped at around 10:50. Yeah, I couldn't reconcile it. Like, my brain couldn't put that one together at all. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11, the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Oh, it's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Mouse Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Forecast, data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 PM. It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh? What? How did she pull that off? It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Mars Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I think that's the photo of the body. She's one to talk. It's gotta be... It's either this... Yeah, because look, there's blood underneath. I mean, the blood... I don't know if the blood actually is conclusive there. Hold on. Tracks photo again? Because there's footprints there. Where's the evidence it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? See, The obvious choice is the photo of the crime scene, because there's blood on the ground. The tracks photo was taken during the night, no, not during the murder. But the thing is, we don't have anything that's taken during the murder. The only thing we've got is this. And there's blood on the ground. If there was snow, the victim's body would have snow on top of it. I guess that's what it's angling me towards. I'm not confident with this. It seems like the obvious answer, but I've just had obvious answers that have turned out to be completely wrong. So I don't know anymore. Am I overcooking this, chat? I'm overcooking this one. I don't know if I'm over or if I'm undercooking this one. I think, you know, if it was snowing, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to try it out.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception, and that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Gomen. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. Ugh. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be two sets of tracks. That was so incredibly roundabout to prove a point from like 3 presents ago. Just what are you suggesting, Mouse Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Okay. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which could only mean that night. Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple, but Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. I'm saving there. Alright. So, she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. She can't have done because it was on fire. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left and Iris returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe. When I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order of the court. What does this all mean? Gah. So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. Excuse me. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. Objection, the man's voice acting is too good. I don't know if it is, but thank you for the compliment. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness, eh? Yes, yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything. Everything I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that, Larry. Unless they had something really important to do, Larry. That's a shame, eh? Hold on, Larry. Something is coming to me, Larry. You do love the appropriate accents for each character. Thank you. Thank you. An idiot may well have gone wandering on that subarctic night. Your Honour, actually there just might be one individual who may be of help to us, Larry. Really? You're not of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder. I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind, which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder, and the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? Larry. Larry. It's Larry. Of course it's Larry. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deladuc's guide to obnoxious French painting, eh? This is Larry Butts, disciple of the victim, Elise Downing. Her student, eh? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder, eh? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. He's going to extract the truth from Larry like an Emmy extracts Metro DNA from Samus. That's fucking terrifying. That's fucking terrifying. Larry's not going to have any chance of countering that shit. Oh no. No. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, eh? Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today, I'm going to get everything out of you. The Larry Barry. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honour. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. And whilst we're in recess, I'm going to take a very quick toilet break. Give me a second, chat. He's back, chat. He's back. Oh, excuse me. You going for food, Hades? Enjoy.
I hope you have a good dinner or lunch, depending on what time it is for you. Maybe even breakfast, who knows? Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 PM that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet.
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycho locks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Oh, does that mean that we're going to have to fight Edgeworth as like the final boss of the game or something? Alright. I mean, I'd be down for that. Like, Phoenix and Edgeworth just locking lips together and just boy-kissing frantically. Hi! I swear, I'm a say-so Glaucus, alright? Court will now reconvene, eh? Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behaviour in the gallery. Suspicious behaviour? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching while he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I could only presume his intention was to capture... Ooh! Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Lawrence Donham, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Oh! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically read. Oh! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you a subpoena, correct? Sorry, Hart. It's offline. I had to turn it off because it crashed OBS. I'm really sorry. Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist trained out in mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the colour, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, I's all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand this mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial. That's all. I expect all your faces to be red when you relative mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, crimson leg. Oh! Ooh! Ow! Ouch! Ouch! Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify new. Oh, this is too much for me. Okay, it's Larry time. Okay. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked on the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small worthless man inside. I'm just a little guy. And I wasn't asked for my name and occupation or anything else. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realised for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touch me, it'll make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time, eh? Alright. Something smells here. He's becoming self-aware. He's starting to smell himself. Oh no. It's the worst outcome. Larry Butts has gained a sense of smell. We hate to see it. We hate to see it. Okay.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? When you know what they say, when something smells, you farted. This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my VIP. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Oh! There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. Hold on a minute. Damn it. Alright.
Hold it!
A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love is about waiting with your eye in your hands. Love, you see? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of oh! Your huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see, eh? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. I didn't see his snowmobile, didn't you?
Hold it!
He seemed nervous, though. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no one's here at your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know, don't ask me. It seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that finally get him to spill the beans. Yes, let us spill his beans all over the floor, chat.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone? That's right. Because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect those crimson light faces. Nah. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay. He was out at the lodge in the mountains looking up at the stars. He walked to the bridge a number of times. Didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. The obvious contradiction is the weather report. Because it's a thunderstorm.
You know, it's snowing and then there's a thunderstorm. Let's try it. What have we got to lose, huh?
Objection!
Somehow, he's looking up at the stars through thick cloud, through a thunderstorm, but that's wrong. Alright. He's at the lodge out in the mountains. He's gone to the bridge a number of times. He corrected himself on the entire first line during pressing. Yeah, but he's not amended his testimony. That's the thing, he didn't amend his testimony. So while he's corrected himself, his testimony is still standing. So because his testimony hasn't been formally corrected, it's still his testimony. That's the problem there. So he's gone? Yeah, because he hasn't corrected his testimony. If he corrects his testimony, then I could accept that, but that's kind of a lawyer brain versus actual you know, like game presentation thing, I suppose. You know, if he'd corrected his testimony, I'd have probably just left that alone, to be honest. Okay, so he's gone to the bridge a couple times. He didn't see a snowmobile. He seems nervous here. He seems nervous. Why is he nervous? That's the question, isn't it? Tracks photo taken that night from main gate to Dusky Bridge. I guess maybe the tracks photo? Maybe that's what we need to do? Hold on a minute. What's that? Yanda. No? Okay. Okay. Yes, try the tracks photo. No? Okay. There's no... So the tracks photo... There's something more obvious than this. Is there? He didn't... But the thing is, he didn't see a snowmobile. But if he didn't see the snowmobile, was there tracks? He didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. There's something more obvious. There is? Tracks photo? Not that. Courtyard photo? Well, that's nowhere near where he is. The only thing I can think of is the map, but I don't see where the map fits into it. Stick? The weather report? I've tried the weather report, and I mean, the weather report on the one I thought it was wrong. If you're right, you think I'm going to slap myself for this one. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. But I'm struggling because there's nothing that's jumping out at me. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. You walked to the bridge a number of times. I mean, the bridge being on fire? Didn't see a snowmobile, didn't see anyone at the bridge? When you say that there's something really obvious... The only thing that's obvious is the headache. Didn't see anyone at the temple. He says he didn't see anyone at the bridge. Well, what's your idea, Si? Because I'm stuck. I've got no idea. I've got no idea what this thing's leading me towards. He met Phoenix when the bridge was burning. Oh, I forgot that. I think what, did he meet Phoenix? I actually don't remember that. I actually genuinely don't remember that happening. He met Phoenix when the bridge was burning. Alright, well, I'll try it.
Objection!
Okay, fair enough. I genuinely forgot that had happened. It was a whole scene and Larry tried to stop. Oh yeah, I remember now. So yeah, I mean maybe if we were still playing from last week, I'd have remembered that. So yeah, I mean this is one of the reasons that I think that having an actual case log would make this game so much better. I gather that they've put one into the Apollo Justice trilogy. So that will probably improve the experience quite a lot. But yeah, I really think that a text log of an entire case would be massively helpful. Because the gap in streams means I just forgot that had even happened. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realised just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me, eh? However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Oh. Diary log is always a good addition to any game into text films. Yeah. A chat log is actually, like, what I'm leaning towards. So not necessarily a case log. What I mean is, like, a chat log of the entire case. So like, when I say that, like, if someone says something which is potentially going to be, you know, if someone says anything, you can go back and just look at, here is the transcript. Like, the Neptunia games do it. The Neptunia games have a full chat log that you can go back and look through for an entire scene if you really want to. And it's actually kind of useful sometimes. So something like that would be really good for these games. Something like that would be real, real good for these. Hi, by the way, Rick. Welcome. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. It doesn't have a chat log. Ah, shit. That's unfortunate. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. Oh, there is a phone by the bridge, isn't there? Okay. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. Even without gap between streams, because I might get some clues, but connecting dots is very hard right now because I've lost some context. So, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice should, but unless anyone wants to Apollo Justice, won't be in the first one. That sucks. That actually does kind of suck, if I'm honest. Okay, that's right, me in flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder, eh? Excuse me. Went to check about 9, so it would have been about 10:30 PM. I was lying under my bed and when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge were on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after... Oh, 1 second. After it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He's just caught a cold. I'd never know that that manifest should be called lucky or unlucky. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination, eh? Okay, here we go, chat.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited. Larry? Did you just admit to what I think that you admitted to? You find something really funny in how I voice the characters with the British accent. Thank you. I think it's more disturbing that Larry's basically just admitted to keeping himself warm via masturbation. Oh god, you dirty fucker. You dirty bastard. What are you doing, lads? Oh no. If something smells, it's usually butts. Excited? Dare I even ask you? I set the meeting time as 10 PM, right? But I couldn't wait. And I thought she might come early too. You should have heard my fake French chef. Ah, yes, the French chef who would say things such as bonjour and yes, we will go to the rendezvous in this voice, kind of like a young David Attenborough. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up, don't go picking me fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. French people have pre-cardiac seethe. Let me... Ara, you still in the chat? Hold on a minute, I'm summoning a French. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I've mugged off a French person. Beautiful.
Hold it!
Okay. This light was, of course, lightning. Like kapow. Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Oh! Oh, a little like that. Oh, that's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge, eh? Well, I was a bit startled by a flash of light, so,
Hold it!
Dusky Bridge is on fire. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my colours. But it pretty much stopped snowing. So, I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget-it attitude you had at first, witness, eh? Check it out. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? Let me just check that. Doesn't mention thunder in here at all. I suppose it tracks that there's thunder, but alright. The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, I've got to go check this out. How far is this small shack you've in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids made during school campuses can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Yeah, okay, reason by reason. Isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at Bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. I thought, I better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. I totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? That's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay. Okay. So Nick showed up less than a minute later. Let's go over the evidence. this again, so... Tracks photo, probably... No. Time, 10 through 11. Okay. So, snow 7 to 10:50. If the snow has basically stopped, it must be around there. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Okay, so the time that the snow's finished just about tracks. 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. So the fire has gone until 11:15. Alright? Okay. The fire's gone until 11:15. Excuse me. There was still some thunder, went right away to check it out. Would have been about 10:30. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. So actually the time's wrong. Let's try that. The time is not correct.
Objection!
Despite the fact that the time is very clearly not correct, that's the wrong thing. Alright. Okay. Would have been about 10:30. 10:30 and 10:45 are not about the same. That's a 15-minute gap. Right. That's enough time for an entire ass court hearing if you're fast. So what am I trying to prove here? Remind me. Remind me, what am I trying to prove that he's not seen... We're trying to prove that he's not seen our client at the bridge, right? (10:30). The weather data says lightning 10 through 11. So yeah, tracks that there was lightning about then. You forgot. He looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Well, it can't have been on fire at 10:30 because we've already established that's wrong. But apparently, that being wrong is also wrong. So, you know, I don't know. Still some thunder. Went right away to check it out. Arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. I've got no idea. Again, I've got no idea, like what I'm looking at here right now, chat. Who would have thought that Larry would gate me harder than Sister Bikini? What does the looping dialogue say for when I finish pressing? Which one was the looping dialogue? Hold on. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry isn't telling the whole truth. Yeah, so it's saying he's not telling us the whole truth because he told us about the burning bridge, but we've already had his testimony changed, so it doesn't give. It just says that he's not telling me the truth. So he's lying about something. He's not, like, he's being dishonest about something, but I don't know what. Where was it we pressed him on? Still some thunder, went right away to check it out. Hey Hades, welcome back. We're stuck again.
Hold it!
Let's see if this, why did you go to the bridge? Should we ask that? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean to say you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay. Reason is it? Thought I'd never get a chance to see something so big burning.
Hold it!
Pressing there. So you decided to go and see what was happening. See, that's weird because we've never had an instance where we've had 2 extra statements added to testimony before. So it's kind of breaking an established rule that this series has kind of drilled into my brain. That's right, we're talking about a massive burden suspension bridge, burden to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real like, really special? Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt, eh? We did earlier before, but we can't remember which case it was. Oh. Alright, fair enough. Well, my motto is twit life back as hard as I can. Oh, I'll give you a few hits too if you'd like. With my VIP. Okay. 3-3 has the swapping extra bits with T-Grey. Yeah, but 3-3 was based. That's the main difference between 3-3 and every other case, was 3-3 is like... Actually, at this point, 3-3 is still my top pick for the... Like, is 3-3, like, ahead of 1-5 for me? Oh, that's a question. We'll have to address that when we do the tier list. The tier list that will make people very upset. Okay, so... $10.30. Never get another chance to see something so big burning. That's not helped. That's not helped me at all. I've still got no idea. I mean, the lightning strikes at 10:45. 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Is it this? Is it the weather data? I don't know. Just like, I mean, I could try it. I'm not confident it's right, but I'll try it. See what happens. Yes, but not on this statement. Oh, okay. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Not that. Not this statement. Looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Well, it wasn't on fire at 10:30. We already know that's wrong, but that being wrong is wrong. Okay. Yeah, you might as well backseat me, Cyber, because honestly, this case is starting to get on my nerves. The grand finale falling apart around my ears. Go on then. What am I looking for here? Because I don't know what it's at. I swap it back to Nick. Wait, we can swap it? All right. Where do I swap it?
Hold it.
I'm sure we tried that already. I'm sure we've tried that already. Okay, we'll try that, but I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. I don't see why it wouldn't work on the other statements. I don't see why this would work over those, but... We're going straight into cocaine logic on this case. Oh boy. Oh boy. The highest highs and the lowest lows, only in TNT chat. Oh dear. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the A, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Bill leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at laws. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is that correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 PM. See, this is where things start to fall apart, because do you remember in 3-3, we had several statements where we had multiple pieces of evidence and multiple statements that actually worked because the evidence pointed that out. We've already tried to present the weather on 10:30, and that was wrong. And now it's telling me actually that's right, but you had to do it in a very hyper-specific way.
That's kind of bullshit. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. I mean, you probably got there around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his fallen act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ah, excuse me, I have an objection. You do, eh? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Laurice Donin. Oh! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca Von Kahn. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. But that bridge is still there. Hold on, that doesn't make any sense. The bridge is still there because he tried to cross the bridge. If the bridge was burned out, he would have had nothing to cross. Come on. Come on. Larry. You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m, but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest that you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. Oh, that's gross. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Oh, pinch me. Do more than pinch you, little bastard. Oh! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridges are burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then, did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you, eh? Why were you simply there to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we're talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. I said say it. Excuse me. Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Hold on, just, I'm having too much fun there. Let's have this witness finally give us the whole truth, eh? No? For this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Okay. I'm a donor. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I whipped up in a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling. I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realised it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. Where's your easel then? I suppose artists can be strange folk, eh? That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honour. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why do you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. I already am, Larry. My heart is full of nothing but regret right now. Okay.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry. My name is Laurice, get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Laurice Donin, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist?
Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That's a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You will regret this. That sketch of mine. Ah! Enough.
Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, Witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution, eh? I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that since the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
Look at the sketch.
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please?
Well. Even I could never imagine it turn out like this. Imagine what? That Maurice Dornan's debut would take place here today, like this. Ow! Show it. Now. Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Maurice Dornan. What? The fuck? Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
In it! I strove to reproduce these flames, I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did, eh?
This is going to get ugly. He's actually decent at something for once.
No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object.
Larry.
But the burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know.
What would have happened to her if she'd injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
You... Aye, the girl. She's really high up in this picture.
Oh, what was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories, eh? Anyway... Oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone there, chat, sorry. No court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this.
I love that high bit. It's pretty good, actually.
You wonder if using whip is widespread practice in the courts? No, it's absolutely not. It's absolutely not widespread at all. Good grief, imagine.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see.
This has to be some kind of mistake, eh? It's more of a dungeon thing, if you understand correctly.
Yeah, more of a dungeon thing.
Especially if you bring a flagellant down with you.
That he's all about whipping. All about whipping.
Toot. You can imagine me wielding a whipping court resulting in the fastest ever.
Yeah, no, you don't fuck about with anything that looks like a weapon in court. Like, you wouldn't be allowed to take a whip into court. You'd have it immediately confiscated. You'd probably be arrested for trying to take it in.
Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth, eh?
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Mas Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honour.
Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what do you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me, eh? Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. I saw Iris fly. I saw Iris fly a white hood fluttering. But hang on, we've got a hood. Horrible, that's kind of rude. It's not that bad of a sketch. Iris's hood.
Objection!
Immediately, I present the hood. Larry. See, this is the thing, like, the previous stuff was just like, what? And then it's just immediately throws like, oh, sensible. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. Ah, true, exactly what I saw. I'll give you all dollar, it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Oh! A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual who you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me this floating angel was me Iris. The hood is me darling Iris, and Iris is me darling hood. It seems that our bigger fools into this phone since I've on the defences bench. Larry, there's something that you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing a hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Hey, G, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick? You dog. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Oh! What is it now, Vidness? Was he about to go on a Gant clapping rampage? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, Witness A? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence. Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Maurice Dornan, shall prove it. You got a photograph? I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning about the defendant as depicted in the sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Yes, they can. Where's the crystal sphere? Because look. Look. Crystal sphere. Staff, no sphere. A crystal sphere, eh? So this is how Damon Gant falls with thunderous applause. This one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. Is that sphere? Where did you find it? Let me see, around here somewhere? Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accept this crystal sphere? That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There is something on it. Huh? Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Maurice Donham only a few minutes ago? Okay. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow.
Hold it!
Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reason you thought this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today, eh? This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradiction in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all of the relates to further mysteries. No one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. I think I see what I need to do here.
Objection!
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was. Oh, who was the stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donan, the mentor of a stupid idiot. The victim. I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Eh, that's my photograph. Give it back. Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Oh, the crystal sphere is gone. What? What? Uh-oh. Just what does this mean, eh? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing a hood, and more importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donan. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw it with me on Ow! And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donan was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
Hey there, Fuzzy. Welcome aboard the Blue Fleet. I almost actually missed the notification there, so sorry about that. But welcome to Ace Attorney, played by a lawyer, badly. I play every game badly, let's be fair. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. I've a voice just like Edgeworth, who's so British. Unfortunately for me, I am British. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish I wasn't, but it's my cross to bear. There is blood on the crystal sphere, is there not? This naturally suggests it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation of the scent, which is the exact same reason he drew that ridiculous sketch. The UK deserves better than the pack of clowns it's dealing with right now. We don't. No, we don't. We actually don't. Let me tell you why, Hades. The UK doesn't deserve better than the pack of clowns it's dealing with right now because we keep voting for them. And we don't deserve better than the pack of clowns we're doing right now because we enable them. We vote, without our votes, they wouldn't retain power. We keep voting for them. Not me personally, but like the country as a whole. We deserve everything we fucking get right now. I hate to say it, but we do. Only through pain can we learn. What? You mean I'm the killer? You mean it in the sense of everyone deserves better. Everyone would deserve better if people stopped fucking voting for those ass twats. I don't know how else to word it.
I actually had this conversation with my GP yesterday because there's a junior doctor's strike on at the minute, and it's just kind of a bit of solidarity. Like, you know what? They're like, just saying about like too much work, not enough people, and it's like I just said to her, I guess you guys know exactly what that's like right now, and she's like, well, everything's just kind of, the lack of funding, everything's just kind of falling apart, and it's just like, I just said to her, well, you know what, you're a game dev of a game partly inspired by Ace Attorney doing a demo. I tell you what, on my Twitter, there is an email address. If you wanted to pop it on through there, I can have a look at some point. I can't make any promises just because of the fact that with my work schedule, and especially with work at the minute, it could be possibly a bit tricky for me to get to. But if you pop it through to my email on Twitter, then I'll have a look at it and maybe see what the demo's got. Be interesting. Game inspired by Ace Attorney, huh? All joking aside, just when does this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. There's a few AA-inspired games. Oh, okay, cool. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworthy? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. Yeah, no worries. If you go on my Twitter, it's actually on my profile, so it should be pretty easy to find. It should be pretty straightforward to find. Just pop onto the Twitter. I'm pretty sure the link's just there. I'm pretty sure the link is just there. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'll put my shoulders back in place. There we go. If it is not, why don't I have it on my YouTube? Why don't I have it on my YouTube? That's a really good point. It's because my YouTube has been neglected as a VOD archive for so long, I forgot to update everything on it. I'm so stupid. Oh dear. No, that's a really good point. That's actually something for me to fix at some point soon, so thank you for pointing that out to me. I'd completely neglected to realise that fact. If it is not related to the case, the witness who you called. That's how you found my streams while looking for EBF5. Oh, okay, that's interesting. You found the VOD archive before you found the actual streams. That's really interesting. That's pretty cool. I thank you, Hades. That's actually that's genuinely really flattering as well. Will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Mars Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yes, I can, or no, it's impossible. Let's have a look. Can we prove it? I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. The answer is the first, but you're not supposed to... You're not sure what we're supposed to present is the same as the walkthrough. Okay, let's try it. Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. It's sometimes a very easy way to find some small streamers and VTubers through YouTube. When they're playing games that are not that popular. You know what? I actually caused something interesting to happen on a Hollow Stars member stream recently. So do you know Gold Bullet, one of the new guys from Hollow EN Armis? He was talking on what was he playing at the time? I think it was during his, he was just doing like a random unscheduled stream. It's called Gomen oomf, and he was just like talking about games, and I just tacitly slid into the chat. I've never seen
I've never seen a VTuber stream Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. And he popped off. He's like, you didn't just mention that game. And it turned out, like, later on that day, their management confirmed with one of their other talents, actually, we've got permissions to play that game. And I think you might see a VTuber play one of the most niche GameCube games ever made very soon. Kind of my fault. I mean, the thing is, I'm also a bit annoyed because I was kind of planning to be the first person as a VTuber to stream that game, and I've given it to Jibby. Oh, I'm dumb. But no, it was really cool to see. I've played a lot of GameCube games. I've only played 2 so far. I've only played Skies of Arcadia and Metroid Prime 2. Prime 1 I played on the Switch. And then Dino Crisis was a Dreamcast game. Oh, in my life in general, yeah, I have done. I mean, I'm old school like that. I'm from the GameCube era. I mean, I'm from the SNES era. I'm fucking old as shit, mate. But yeah, I mean, it's he kind of he popped off about that. It was a good feeling, like knowing that he was probably going to play something so niche as that. We love to see it. Mwah, beautiful. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You'll do what, eh? That look in your eyes, you remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I'm indeed cornered. You played some Kid Chameleon. Okay. My guitar player found a copy of Chibi Robo in his parents' loft recently. Son of a fuck, that game retails, like, if you sell that game on, you get like 400 quid for it. It's madness. I mean, my copy of Skies of Arcadia, I bought it back about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, and it cost me 85 quid. 85 quid for that one disc. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder? Okay, now, let's think. So, this has Elise's fingerprints. This has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints. Doesn't have the victim's fingerprints. Okay. Received before the lights out bell protects evil spirits. This. Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime. Has blood on it. Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder. Ooh. I don't think this actually proves it, because this is just a general picture, isn't it? Is it the time? Is the time the contingent issue again here? The music in AA is really good. Yes, it definitely is that. Like, whatever other reservations I have about, like, some of the gameplay choices, the music's always really good. Well, except for the Blue Trauma thing. You found it? Ah, okay. Nice. Oh, Twister's blocked in your country. Damn. Damn. I mean, blocking Elon is kind of based, but an entire country blocking Elon is doubly based, actually. What would I change in the gameplay of Ace Attorney? I would take out all cocaine logic, and I would either make it so the entire game runs purely on cocaine logic, or it runs on just cold hard logic, and there's no kind of blending of the two. Also, I would remove Ben Woodman. I would just remove Ben Woodman from existence. I just Thanos snap him out of being. No more Ben Woodman. No. No more 32-year-old man trying to marry a 16-year-old. Goodbye. Same, actually, probably the same with, what was his name? Terry Falls. Terry Falls would also be snapped out of existence for being a nonce. What do I mean by cocaine logic? When the logic that the game wants me to try and use to get to a conclusion requires me to snort so much cocaine that I'm on a rampage.
That's what cocaine logic is. Cocaine logic is logic that the game expects me to use to reach a conclusion that requires incredible amounts of illegal substances to be ingested. It's basically a slightly less salty way of saying this is bullshit. All right. But something that proves the sphere was dropped before the murder. Huh? We got a profile that might do it. Twitter is blocked in your country, but don't know if we can call it based. I mean, blocking Elon is based, but there's two evidences possible. What are you thinking, Hades? Because I was leaning towards the staff. Because, hold on, is she holding the staff? We can't see the staff in this picture. I can't see the staff in this picture. It's either the crystal sphere or the tracks photo. The staff could be worth a try. The crystal sphere itself or the tracks photo. We didn't play the game, but what's the weather report saying? So the weather report says snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow was at between 7 to 10:50. Lightning was 10 to 11. Lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. 30 minutes passed before the fire started and going out. So... Crystal sphere or the tracks photo? Let's try the tracks photo. You completed the game, but you don't remember the answer. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to reach the answer by myself, but this one is genuinely tricky. Something that proves this was dropped before the murder. The tracks photo. I don't know actually. If it's not the photo now, it might be in a bit. Try the sphere? Alright, we'll try the sphere. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. Ah, okay. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. Right, okay. Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to the Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been This sphere? There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this juncture. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Okay. The murder didn't take place in Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Mars Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Lots of weather information in game. Yeah, I guess that kind of the sphere not being covered in snow. Because does it actually say if it was covered in snow or not? Half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge. Right, yeah, so actually, yeah, that's on me. that's me missing a very vital clue. So yeah, I'll take the L on that one, chat. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You are forgetting one vital thing, Maz Edgeworth. Elise Donim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Hey. Alright, Canadian judge. Let's do this thing. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. In your game, you decide to change a crucial thing. When you're being informed when to demonstrate a clue. You're not being informed when to demonstrate a clue. You need to find out the contradiction actually exists or not yourself. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So it's kind of... I suppose that could be... I mean, certainly a solution to some of the bits I've had problems with in these games myself. So, yeah, I mean, I'm getting more interested by the moment, actually. But actually, this is how they've transported the body back to the temple. They've loaded it into the catapult. Yeet! Oh, no. Okay. Being serious, though. Is it the snowmobile? The snowmobile. Has to be. It's the only way they could have done it. On that snowy night, there is one way that the body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Ah! As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body. Order! Order! Oh! This is completely unacceptable, Mars Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the file nail in your coffin? Huh. You're too late, Francisco von Karma. You always thought Ace Attorney makes half of the job for us by giving 100% info that there is a contradiction. You just have to point out what it is. And then most of the prosecutor's job is finding when to speak. Yeah, it's... I think that actually knowing where the contradictions come in can be quite tricky. And sometimes, in law, sometimes when there seems to be a contradiction, sometimes it's completely benign. Sometimes it's just someone doesn't quite remember something correctly, but it's not actively... It's not like a malicious contradiction, I think is what I'd say. It's a benign contradiction. Sometimes the contradiction doesn't even make a difference. Sometimes it just doesn't hurt the case at all. As long as you can explain it to the judge adequately, they'll probably take your argument. As long as it's not, like, critical, they probably won't care too much. And the defence has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? You suppose that I've dealt with chronic lies in my line of work? Not too often. Most people are actually very honest in their presentation, but I have dealt with a couple of people who've just lied through their teeth, and it gets nightmarish. Like 9 times out of 10, you just have to say to them, "Sorry, There's no trust anymore. We ain't working for you anymore. Goodbye. And that's it. Such a creature could never seize the truth, let alone describe it.
Objection!
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Am I an attorney? Not in. I do law in the UK, so I class as a lawyer, but I'm not an American-style attorney because I don't attend court myself. I've been to court once for a hearing, but I don't do the representing in the courtroom. I do like the office-based drudge work basically, but I not a solicitor. No, I work for a solicitor's firm, but like the solicitor is my boss and I work for them. So we're all lawyers there, but the solicitor is like the senior lawyer, and then excuse me, you've got the barristers who do the courtroom stuff for us, and I'm kind of like a bit further down the ladder at the minute. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict until under these circumstances, eh? Oh! Ah. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Francisca von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one reason alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about. You could have just told me that from the very beginning. You've been to Britain and studied the law system. Very expensive to be a barrister. Kind of. Not exactly, I wouldn't say. To become a barrister, you have to do your law degree. And then you also have to pass the bar exam. But you have to qualify specifically as a barrister. You can't qualify as a solicitor and then work as a barrister. You can't qualify as a barrister and work as a solicitor. You have to qualify as one or the other, and then you can cross-qualify. So I know a couple of people who are cross-qualified. There's a barrister at work, actually, who she's not in practice yet, but she has the bar qualification. At the minute, she's a qualified barrister, but she's doing the drudge work with us. But, I mean, it's just like... As long as you can get the funding for about 6 years worth of legal training, then actually there's quite a few barristers coming up from the working class now, which we love to see. It's still expensive. Don't get me wrong, it's still expensive, but it's much more accessible than it was in the past now. I don't care about what you've here to do. It's your brain making weird connections. Every time you hear barrister, you think banister, and imagine the radio's going on and says, well, you know what? It could be worse, because that particular barrister at work, every time, there's a Starbucks not very far from our office, and she sometimes say, oh, I'm just going to Starbucks, and everyone's like, oh, you got your pupillage, oh, okay. Just the look I get every single time is just, really? Come on now, Shinsu, what are you talking about, you pudding? This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. Yes, please. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What shit? Ah, Francie! This is all your fault. Such a terribly witness. You're in front of all the... He's enjoying it. I demand satisfaction. I kind of enjoyed that. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event, eh? Whoever, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies, eh? Next time we gather in this courtroom. Those are the matters that should be addressed. Rick. Yes, he did. He did. Excuse me. I just realised something. My YouTube chat's wrong. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. Give me a second, chat. I just realised that YouTube's created me an entire ass new chat. And it's not displaying because of that. So if anyone's been in YouTube chat, I've not seen it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Pop out chat. Do that. Change docs. Custom browser docs. Pop that in there. There we go.
Anyone? No. Okay, it's fine. There was no one there. Okay. It's not actually clear if YouTube's running anyway, but that's fine. That's fine. Maybe if they didn't make the trial so bonkers, it'd be boring. Real court can be boring and last for months and years. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, that's interesting. So, the rest of the YouTube stream, YouTube is not actually up right now. That's very interesting. Alright. I'll have to do something about fixing that at some point. Anyway, I am counting on... Yeah, YouTube's offline. I don't know why. Very strange. Very strange. Well, I'll have to look at fixing that tomorrow before Skies, but I'll work something out there. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both defense and prosecution, eh? And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Okay. To be continued. Now, we are actually going to wrap things up there, just for the fact that I am exhausted. So, let me... I survived, yeah, just about. Right. Oh, wait, wrong screen. Chat screen. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's dead, so don't worry about that. Right. Okay. So, I am going to pop off now. There's a few of us here, so I think we're going to do a raid, and I think we're going to raid Kuro. Kuro is one of my streamer buddies, so I'm going to pass things on. He's playing Lies of P at the minute. I think... Is he playing Lies of P because he likes P, or... I mean, I'm probably reading too much into that, but then with Curry, you never know. Nah, he's a good egg, really. We love our boy. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming tonight. I'll have a look at my emails when I get a chance to, Fuzzy. I need to rest, I think, for a bit first, but... I'm going to be back tomorrow from 5 o'clock with Skies of Arcadia. And then Sunday, we've got the Epic Battle Fantasy remix run coming back in. Lloyd's playing Ace Attorney is like a tractor driver going home and playing Farming Simulator. You know what? It really is. It's so hard. It's so hard to get out of work lawyer brain into fake lawyer brain. All right, but seeing as YouTube's offline, I'm just going to stop that. Raid. Just make sure I get his channel name right. Oh, it's a lowercase k, isn't it? There we go. Kuro Hazuki. Okay. We hit that. Okay. Right. We're going to ready up. Thank you for joining the Blue Fleet, by the way, Rick. Welcome aboard. Good to have you with us. I should be back with this sort of next Saturday, by the way, so hopefully I'll see you before then. Oh, next Saturday, next Friday. Schedule will go up onto Twitter at some point anyway, so you'll catch it there, no doubt. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to go raid Kuro now. I will see you very soon. I'm going to hit the raid button now. We go. Bye.
Oh my god. Oh, hi, Shin. Hello. Hi, readers. Oh my god. 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 Hello. Oh. That might just got trashed.